What? NAB ended more than a week ago? Yeah, I know. Alright, so this is the last one, and here's the list of all the new accessories and other cool gadgets announced at the show. If you haven't already, check out the last two episodes. We first covered new cameras and lenses, and then lights and audio equipment. We slipped some accessories in there too, but that's mostly today. All of these items are somewhat random, but let's see if I can make a segue between all of them. We start with ICANN again. They updated the DH7 V2 now. The biggest upgrade is now compatibility with 3D LUTs and HDR preview, which I don't believe is actually displaying HDR. It seems more like a LUT, if anything. It's also compatible with the new wireless video module that they're working on, which was briefly mentioned, but to me it seems a lot more interesting. ICANN also showed off the Pivot, which was announced earlier in the year. We briefly covered that, I think. As a side note of this coverage, however, they mentioned that they're developing a wireless version of the PDL-F follow focus, and that a bundle with one motor will be available for $999. Yep, a wireless follow focus and an 8-pound capable gimbal for $1,000. And it looks like Arri has also been working in this field. They now have C-Force lens motors with RF built in for wireless operation, obviously. I bet those would work great on any anamorphic cinema lens. But what if you're having trouble with near focus on your anamorphic lens? Well, Tiffen has a new diopter filters to decrease the focusing distance of anamorphic lenses. Guess it's just a fancy macro filter? Oh, they also have partial ones. But in case you only have a stills lens, Broken Anchor has a solution. Their adapter ring called Zero will clamp to any lens with a 60 to 92mm diameter, giving you a very nice standard gear ratio across all your lenses. It's $299 and they have a 10% discount for the rest of the month. With that said, it probably won't fit on the DigiBoom. That's what they're calling this new handheld jib. It's a gimbal attached to a boom pole with all the controls in the middle, making it really easy to get stabilized and unique shots. It's not designed for heavy cameras though, max 6 pounds, aimed for sports and news networks, they say. Would probably be really good at trade shows too though. But if analog stabilization is your thing, Gladcam has a new small payload model to replace all the HD line. The new model is called the HD Pro, and everything on it is more precise and can handle cameras from 0 to 10 pounds. It's $499. But if you need bigger payloads, though not the same thing, Urug announced new products. Their teased quick release mechanism, you'll need a 3/8 thread for this, but it's compatible with their whole line of products. They also have a new umbrella holder for shade of the operator, and this new vest called Flex, which will be more comfortable for women. Cool. But if you're looking for miniature quick releases, 16x9 has you covered. They have a new iteration of their popular Cinelock. This is an accessory quick release plate, if you will. It is extremely versatile and has an interesting set screw mechanism to keep your devices from spinning. Woo! And speaking of tight mechanisms, Extender have upgraded their friction mount system for monitors and such. They're only $170. I, however, prefer the mount arms in the small HD monitors. And now there's more of them to choose from. 5 new monitors, in fact. The Focus SDI is pretty self-explanatory, and I want one. They also have 2 OLED models, one with HDMI and one with SDI. They're both 1080p and only 300 nits, but have a wider color gamut. Finally, 2 standard focus monitors with a bold receiver and a different one with a transmitter. These last two you can get combo for $24.95. As an alternative to the latter, Baxis has a new wireless video transmitters. They have units from 400 feet to 3000 feet, and they even have a version that comes integrated with a 5.5-inch 1080p 1000 nit receiver monitor, and you can get it for $2,500. And if integration in wireless video is your thing, Mobcam has a new cage for the Alexa Mini that comes integrated with auxiliary connectors and even has wireless video transmitter built in. Mobcam also has the same wireless video transmitter module on a separate package. This one's for use with other cameras, but it can also receive lens information. That's for controlling focus motors and whatnot. You could also use Red Rock's micro solution for that. They have a new wireless control for lens adjustments, that's focus, aperture, and zoom, that connects to the Mobi through the Mimic. In the future, it's going to be able to work independently as well. Just like the new ScanDisk Arri Edition CFast cards with 112 GB. I don't see why these wouldn't fit on any other camera, but they'll only be available through Arri and their sellers. No word on pricing either. But if digital recording is not your thing, Arri also announced and show off the ArriCan XT. It's a giant, fancy film scanner designed to digitize and remaster all often fragile film. Wait, digital recording is not your thing? Digitize? But if you would like not to make mistakes, like I just did, Sekonic has a new 3-in-1 light meter. It is the size of a deck of cards, and you can do metering for cinema, photos, or it can just give you the lux of a light, so you can always nail your exposure. And it's only $219. Pretty good. But if you find that your lights are way too bright, you'll want to check out Tiffen's new ND filters. They claim that they are the most neutral filters they've ever created, across the whole spectrum. 0 color shifts. No grading needed. And they even have graduated filters under development. Cool. But if you want color shift out of your filters, Schneider has created TrueNet filters. They're basically just old style made stocking silk material between 2 pieces of glass, used to diffuse and soften the image. You know, for that vintage look. Apparently this was done in the old times. Now that you have all your filters, you'll want a way to mount them as well. Luckily, Bright Tangerine has a new matte box, the Clash 138. It's ultra lightweight. I feel like these guys are always coming out with new matte boxes, but they also have a new friction arm with a quick release mechanism. And they're developing a lot of other accessories as well. If you're interested, check them out. But if this whole setup's getting way too heavy, Bokeh has a new flexible camera rig. It's light and compact, but can expand from regular shoulder mount to an extended position for use with the viewfinder of some cameras. It also comes with counterweights, just like the new Manfrotto fluid head. The Nitrotech N12. It uses nitrogen pistons to have an adjustable counterbalance mechanism. It can support cameras from 4 to 12 kilos. It'll be available later in the year for $599. I mean, if your setup's that heavy, you might want this. Cove Evo has a new power distribution box. This one sandwiches between the camera and the battery plate, and it provides extra connections for accessories. It also has a built-in battery allowing for hot swaps. They also showed off the Bolt Bridge app that can control and monitor their charging grid system. And speaking of camera batteries, FX Lion has a new product, the FX48D. It's a lightweight voltage booster box, where you can use 2 standard B-mount batteries to power big lights that need 48 volts, or you can even use 2 26-volt B-mount batteries, which I didn't know were a thing. Interesting. And with that, you'll be ready to power several Astras. Never mind that they don't use regular B-mount batteries. But to mount them, DOP Choice has a new solution. They have new adapters to mount Astras onto their rabbit ears frame, and other adapters for the light panel Gemini as well. So now that your lights on set are all worked out, once in post, you'll be happy to know that MusicBit is overhauling their website and launching a new subscription-based service that allows you to get an unlimited use license for a majority of their music catalog. No pricing until August. Is there one more? No? Hey, we did it! I mean, some were better than others, but overall pretty satisfied. And if you enjoyed our Segway train, be sure to make your way down to the like button and smash it. Smash it. While you're there, get subscribed and check out all the links in the description box. And rejoice, for this is the last you'll hear of NAB. Likely. Now, we just have to catch up on everything else that happened in the last 2 weeks. But Nadia might be here tomorrow. I don't know.